Olympic Games, and I'm probably going to put 2 minutes on, so just give us a taster.
Make sure they can hear you.
And make sure they can hear you, because
brilliant.
I'll start off with you, because you're the best speaker out of the lot of them.
Okay, you've set me up for 4.
Louder.
So Tom's done himself a disservice there in terms of his running. So all the way through from January last year right up until the Olympic Games, Tom was a really important part of my preparations. He was on the track with me almost every week, and he actually came out to Portugal for the holding camp right before the Games. So we went to Portugal for a couple of weeks before we then flew straight into the village. And Tom was out there supporting me and training with me for about 10 days. And you know, it was a holiday and it was the sun. So we've got a few pictures, and you can tell he was taking it more seriously, because I'm the colour of Tom's shirt. Tom's a lot redder than that, shall we say. But then, yeah, we went into the village, and sure Scott will tell you, but he got to come in last and perhaps missed all the fun. But I was there while people are getting medals, and the atmosphere is just incredible. And we're walking through the village to go and get on the bus to go to events, or just to go and get dinner. And because all the ground staff are British and we're in Team GB uniform, we're getting shouted at, people are clapping, we haven't even done anything, we're literally just walking to get dinner. So that was the kind of atmosphere we got to deal with. And then stepping out into the track, there's a ripple of applause as someone spots there's a British athlete, and then that goes all the way around the stadium, and 80,000 people are cheering just because he got the British uniform on. And that's one of the greatest experiences of my life. When I was standing on the start line, if I clapped my hands in front of my face, I wouldn't have been able to hear it. It was so bad.
It must be one of the weirdest feelings that, like, if you watch football, and I'm a big football fan, at least half the crowd hate you if you're a professional. But you stood there and you had 80,000 people, minus a few foreigners, cheering for you and cheering loudly. I mean, that must have been quite amazing.
I tried to explain to someone afterwards that I've been to Premier League matches, and the noise level, the volume's similar, but it's a very different noise. That's quite a negative, like hostile atmosphere, even though they want the team to do well. Whereas, yeah, it was just this. Possible to explain, but yeah, 80,000 people screaming in a really positive way. It's a totally different kind of noise. Yeah.
That's stunning. So Scott did I've tried to mix it up with the Olympians because I know so many. I tried to mix it up, and Usain and Mo wanted to come, and I said no, I want to mix it up with endurance events. Scott didn't have 80,000 people cheering for him at once. He had 10k because it was a loop course, but he had 26.2 miles of running of people cheering. How was that for you on the road to London?
Yeah, it's like Andy was just saying. So the crowds, so it was like Tom just said, it's 3 loops of a 10k loop, and basically as you were running, it was just a wall of noise throughout the whole entire race. There was one section of the 10k loop, maybe about 150 metres long, and every lap you came into there was no crowd there, just because it was down a ramp. Crowd couldn't get there, and at that point every lap it was like just silence, and that was probably the most refreshing part of the race. You come through just the silence, and then straight back into a cauldron of just noise. And then at the end of the race, my ears were just ringing from the sheer noise of the race. For just a lot over 2 hours. But yeah, I remember Tom was actually on the course with a megaphone, shouting, whipping the crowd up as you spot the British guys coming along. So yeah, it was. That's probably the thing that sticks out most in my mind is just the sheer noise of the crowd, and it just kept going for 2 hours. It was quite impressive.
And yeah, I mean, we can be quite honest about it. It wasn't the greatest performance. You did yourself. You were disappointed with the run. I mean, without a doubt. But I mean, you couldn't have got off that course if you wanted to, though, hey?
No, I mean, there was a point in the race. It did cross my mind. I just wanted not be here. I just wanted the ground just to disappear under me. But the amount of people there cheering for you, you just have to carry on. Even though I was having a bad day, everyone else was having a great day. It was 25 degrees, they're out in London watching the Olympic Games, and they didn't have to buy the tickets. It was obviously free in the streets. So it was, it was disappointing for me, and hopefully I can put that right in 2016 at Rio.
Thank you. Steph, I'm not going to talk too much about 2012, obviously, because injury and bad memories, but you ran in Beijing and you went to the stadium. Did you see any of the live track and field?
Yeah, well, actually probably at Beijing I didn't get to see as much because we were obviously preparing for the actual race. So London in comparison was I think for me it was an opportunity to just be a spectator and really immerse myself in it. I was really disappointed in it originally, but absolutely just loved it, you know. So yeah, Beijing was just overwhelming, kind of like going in there as like the youngest, like I was like 10,
you were 18?
Yeah, I was 18 at the time, and had my 19th birthday out there. So it was just, I just had to like embrace the opportunity, and I think it really has capitalised like my belief in what I can achieve. So I kind of like really like stepped on from there, and it gives me that incentive every day to kind of believe that I have done it once, I can do it again. And I missed out in London, but I'm hoping to like get back on track, which I already am. And yeah, hopefully go towards the next season.
So 2008, Beijing, and now we're looking ahead, which is my link, and we're looking at the Commonwealth Games. And as everyone can tell, Steph is a true Scot, as you can tell from her strong accent. What's that going to be like running in front of your home crowd?
I think it's really special. Like, believe it or not, I know I don't have the accent, but like my mum and my family are really, you know, I'm Scottish, and my mum would be so upset if I wasn't like, she said that I wasn't Scottish. So I do it for my mum and my family because it's something, my running's always been something that I've done for my dad, but I want to do it for my mum. So I'm hoping that it will be good, an opportunity to like, you know, I think it's going to be the next sort of Olympics in this country. We saw how well London did. I think the Commonwealth in Glasgow is going to be fantastic because tickets are going to be cheaper, they're going to be more accessible, and for me it will be my Olympics. So I'm really excited to get involved.
So thank you can we have a round of applause for our Olympians. I would like to point out that despite these guys being Olympians, they actually don't earn any sort of money. Like, so like it's actually quite, everyone thinks in terms of that, you know, they're on the TV and everything else. So if there are any sponsors or anything else who you've heard them speak, you know they're quality people. And none of them have criminal records or any sort of drug past history. So if anyone in the crowd want to get involved with these guys, please come and speak to them after and invite them to your event, invite them to your work or anything else. And I'm just paying them food tonight, so that's pretty much what we're doing.
It's a reflection of how cheap it's there.
Yeah, that's perfect. So they won't cost a lot. Just get them, just get them along, and they'll do that. But thank you very much, guys, for coming tonight.
Pleasure.
We've all spoken too much. We've got a lot more alcohol. We've got some food coming out.